Michael is a young software engineer who just started working for SoftWrite Inc. He has a degree in computer science and interned in some startup companies. However, this is his first full-time software engineering job. On the hospital management project that SoftWrite was recently awarded, he is responsible for developing a CAPTCHA UI module. In this scene, Michael meets Anil, the project lead, in Anil's room to discuss a formal inspection meeting for the CAPTCHA UI code he has written. Michael wants an inspection meeting to check his implementation for the CAPTCHA UI module.
Hey Mike, come on in. Have a seat. I understand that you want to have a inspection meeting with the development team. That's an excellent idea.
Yes, Anil. I think I've reached a point with my module that
Okay.
I'm ready to receive some constructive suggestions from the development team. And I feel like an inspection meeting right now would help all of us get familiar with the UI's functionalities.
I really like your thought process. Now, I remember you were working on a couple of UI modules in this project. Which particular UI do you think you want inspected?
The CAPTCHA UI module.
Okay. Now, we need to do these on a regular basis. Some feel it's a waste of time, but for me, an extra pair of eyes helps in bringing out quality products. I do remember we budgeted the inspection of the UIs in our plan. Let me take a quick look. Yes, we have it here. It's scheduled for last week. We're off by a week here. Anyway, let me do this. Dennis is our facilitator for this. I'm going to go ahead and shoot him an email. Let me just kind of get that email out of the way over here. Okay, there you go. Why don't you go ahead and take it up with Dennis.
Thanks. I'll meet with him right away.
Dennis is a facilitator for the inspection, and as such, he is responsible for scheduling inspectors for the inspection as well as facilitating the meeting. Dennis is a 35-year-old software engineer and has extensive experience with large-scale software development. The meeting is taking place in Dennis's office, where Dennis has his PC open to Google Calendar.
Hi, Dennis.
Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I went to the baseball game last night, and I have tickets to the theater for tomorrow.
Oh, great. What can I do for you?
Did you happen to get Anil's email about the CAPTCHA code inspection?
I did, and it doesn't look good getting it done for next week.
Why?
The email said that the code was all JavaScript. Jim and Sally are experts in JavaScript, and neither of them are available next week.
Why not?
Jim will be out of the office all week at a seminar for HTML5, and Sally's on vacation.
But this code needs to be in by next Wednesday into QA. And QA won't allow code integration unless it's all been inspected. Is there any way we can do it Friday?
Friday? Are you serious? It's already Wednesday at 4:30. You know Friday's a mandatory offsite for all developers.
Is it? I haven't gotten that far yet. Tomorrow, possibility?
It wouldn't be appropriate to do it tomorrow. It wouldn't give them enough time to prepare to make the meeting productive. I'd like to give them 3 to 5 days, and I see from your schedule that you're taking a half day tomorrow afternoon?
Yeah. So are we just going to postpone this?
When did you finish the code?
I turned it in today. I figured I'd want to get it checked for all these bugs before I turned it into inspection, so that way it would at least pass. And I just finished checking bugs today.
It looks like the code inspection was tentatively scheduled for last week. Didn't you realize that the code had to be inspected before it was tested?
I was just trying to save time so we meet the deadline.
I feel like it's important for you to follow the process. All right. I'll try and call some of the people on the UX team. They have experience with JavaScript and they've helped us out before. If they can help us this time, maybe we can schedule it for Tuesday next week.
Thanks. That'd be great.
Next time, try to think a bit ahead. And talk to Anil regularly. It'll help make scheduling a lot easier.
Dennis the facilitator, Michael the author, Sally from Anil's team, and Raj and Sam from the UX department are in the company's meeting room by 9:55 Tuesday morning for a 10 o'clock meeting. Michael is the author of the CAPTCHA module. Dennis shared the CAPTCHA code with the inspection participants via email 3 business days prior to the meeting. All participants have copies of the CAPTCHA codes in their hands, either in their tablets or as hard copies.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'd like to thank you all for attending this important meeting about the HMS system we're working on at such short notice. Before we begin, I think we should all introduce ourselves. I'm Dennis Foster, and I'll be the facilitator for this meeting.
Hi everyone, I'm Mike Hill. I'm currently assigned to the Hospital Management System project, and today we're inspecting my CAPTCHA implementation.
Hello, I'm Raj Murthy. I'm from the User Experience Department, and I'll also be a reader for this meeting.
Nice meeting you. I've heard your name before, but I haven't met you in person.
Like Raj, I'm part of the User Experience Project. My name is Sam Smith, and I will also be the recorder, so I will be both an inspector and a recorder for this meeting.
Nice seeing you again.
Hi everyone, I'm Sally Raub and I work for Hospital Management Systems.
And I'd like to thank you all again, Sam, Raj, and Sally, for being here on such short notice. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Raj is going to paraphrase a section of code, and Sam's going to record any comments we have.
And I ask that you do speak slowly because it will take some time to write everything down.
I hope you all had a chance to look at the code before this meeting.
You are referring to the CAPTCHA code, right?
Yeah, that's the code we're inspecting today.
Okay, because I've been to some inspection meetings before and I have had some bad experiences. There's even been times where we've gone over the time limit.
Well, I've scheduled 2 hours for this meeting today. If we stay on task, we should be able to finish on time.
I've even seen times where the author and the inspector get in major disagreements.
Well, we all just need to remember that we're here to find errors in the code and not criticize the author. And the author should be careful of being too defensive of his work. If we remember that, we'll have a productive meeting.
I also should point out that we shouldn't spend too much time problem solving. I've been in a few meetings where we did that, and it went on for what seemed like hours.
Right, it's another good point. We should try not problem solve during this meeting and just focus on finding errors in the code that Michael can fix later. So, with all that out of the way, we can get started, but I need your preparation times first. Sally?
I was preparing for about an hour and a half.
All right.
About 2 hours for me.
Michael?
About 30 minutes.
All right, Raj?
I've got to apologize. It doesn't look like I'm prepared to discuss the CAPTCHA implementation today.
I emailed you these codes on Friday because I thought that would give you enough time to prepare. This is a small team, and if everyone's not prepared, then the meeting's not going to be productive. You should have at least told me earlier so that I could reschedule the meeting. Anyway, let's keep going.
Before you go on, let me admit something. It seems I got my emails mixed up. While downloading the CAPTCHA code, I renamed it as Login UI for Sundial Project, the other project I'm working on. It looks like I am prepared to discuss the CAPTCHA module after all. Sorry for the confusion.
I'm sorry I reacted the way I did. I just want this inspection to go smoothly so that the CAPTCHA module can be integrated with the rest of the code. How much prep time did you have?
An hour and a half.
All right, so with that, we're ready to get started.
Thank you.
Whenever you're ready, Raj.
All right, the first function I'm going to read is the CAPTCHA function. That's page 2, line 78. Now, the comments indicate that the function verifies that the user has entered the CAPTCHA from the screen properly. Does anyone have anything noted about this function?
Actually, I do. In this function, verify is defined as a new array with all of the uppercase and lowercase letters, but it does not include the uppercase T.
Yeah, looking here, I also noticed that one.
I just noticed that too. Uppercase T should be a part of the array.
It looks like Michael didn't do a good job here. The lowercase t is also missing. How could you be so careless?
Honestly, Michael, this is a word CAPTCHA, which includes all of the uppercase and all of the lowercase letters. You can't forget any alpha characters. Honestly, Raj is right. You're just being careless here.
Sometimes mistakes are made. You don't have to be so critical about this. You guys are here to help me write my code.
All right, guys, hold on now. Michael, I'm sorry about that. I'd just like to re-emphasize that we're here to critique the product and not the author. And Michael, we're here to try and find errors in the code, not help you write it.
I'm sorry I reacted that way. It's just been really hectic the past couple of days.
I agree, and I'm also sorry for being so critical of your work. This is actually my first time reviewing JavaScript, so I'm finding it to be a little bit more difficult than I initially thought it would be.
That's okay.
Okay, well, Sam, did you record the error we found?
Yes, I did.
Okay, then we're ready to move on.
All right, the next function is the valid CAPTCHA function at line 75. Does anyone have any issues with this module?
I do. I was having difficulty understanding the logic. I think the true and false must be in the wrong spots, but if you want to take a look.
Yeah, now that you mention it, the true and false are in the wrong places.
That seems to be true. It's a silly mistake. I'll look into it.
Okay, well, you might not have to do much to fix it. If you just change this equivalent sign to a not equivalent sign, or wait, no, that wouldn't work. You'd have to change how string 1 and string 2 are passed to the function. Wait. Why don't you...
Dennis, I thought we aren't supposed to be problem solving.
You're right, I shouldn't be problem solving. Sam, did you record that so Michael can look at it offline?
Yeah, the valid CAPTCHA function has an improper use of logic.
Okay, then we can move on.
All right. Next, we have the remove spaces function, the try thrice function, and the lock user function. The remove spaces function is at line 128, the try thrice function is at line 153, and the lock user function is at line 224.
Raj.
Does anyone...
Can you slow down a bit? I know you might be comfortable reading the functions that quickly, but we all need to be able to keep up with you.
You're right. I'm sorry, I just got a little carried away. Let me start again. Next we have the remove spaces function, the try thrice function, and the lock user function. The remove spaces function is at line 128. Does anyone have any issues with this? The try thrice function is at line 153. Does anyone have any issues with this? And the lock user function is at line 224. Does anyone have anything noted about this?
Yeah, actually, I do.
Guys, you know what? I just realized that I interchanged the split and join commands in the last function.
You know what? I noticed that too. I was actually just about to tell you. And not only that, but the split requires 2 no spaces, and the join only needs 1, and you mix that up as well.
So you're saying I need to fix both of them, right?
Absolutely.
All right, Sam, did you make a note of that?
Yeah, just give me one moment. So, join...
All right, Raj, can we move on? We don't have too much time left.
Whoa.
All right, the
whoa,
next-
Whoa. What's the rush? I barely have anything written down yet. Can we just take it again, but slower?
I'm sorry, I must have started moving a bit too fast. Let me know when you have the comment down and read it back to us.
Yeah, of course.
The meeting moves ahead, and at 11:50, Dennis stops the meeting and asks Sam to read what he has recorded. Sam reads through it slowly, and everyone nods in agreement. Michael asks the participants if they have any additional questions or comments. He thanks and assures everyone that he will work on the comments and, if necessary, call another meeting. All thank Dennis and shake hands to leave. By 12 o'clock, the meeting is over.